Yes, man. Hey guys, Gerald Peters. Welcome back to the channel. This is a Peters report. I wanted to check in now that we've been doing the new second income stream, and I've gotten more feedback than normal, but most of it kind of, I don't want to say most of it negative, a lot of negative, or a lot of people freaked out when you're using margin. We'll talk about this. I'm going to do a whiteboard on it. I've even had people asking me, why is their available margin gone down? And I was like, wow, have you looked at the webinar? You're missing part of the whole part of what the second income stream is, and the leverage part. And, you got to spend some time with this stuff. You got to sit and think on it. It's not going to boom just like that. I think it's a little bit of philosophy involved, and we're going to bring a fellow MFG member, my buddy Ethan, on here. You guys have probably seen him in a video. He visited my house here not too long ago. Let me pull you up. What's up, man?
What's up, GP? How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. Yeah, this is a third. I mean, I use some of that other footage in other videos. I like that. I like when it's not just me.
Right.
Yeah, it gets hard on coordinating those things a lot, though, because the way that I record and the way I do stuff, man, it might be 3 a.m.
Right.
It might be over several days. It's just hard. It's hard to coordinate, but that's what's fun when I think the next time that I have multiple people, I'm a hire a camera person.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
For like 4 or 5 hours. So then my hands are free and I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
That's the only problem now is I got to think about it, So same with trading. Like I'm also a trader, So then after trading is when you make content or write or do one-on-ones and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
So it's kind of like I work 2 or 3 shifts. That's what it feels like.
Well, yeah, it would be nice to have somebody in the background, you know what I mean, and just letting you do your thing.
Yeah. And then the hard part on that too, I've never done it that way. So when I am doing it, I'm like trying not to be annoyed at this person right now.
Right.
And then also I read people. So one time we had a camera person, and when I was talking, I could see they're almost like they're like, yeah, right. Like,
right.
That's how I took it, is they were reacting to what I was saying. And he was saying as a camera person, they're not. They're just filming what's happening. And he was saying his eyebrow itched. That was all. And I'm so fucking, I brought in, I'm in my own head, man. And I'm putting a little too much ego out there.
Right. This guy thinks I'm full of it.
Yeah. I was like, why am I even thinking that? Like, why aren't I thinking he's trying to just scratch his eye,
Right.
And then I wonder that, like, when I see like people on TV, like Fox News people or CNBC, they there's got to be people walking around and camera people and all this shit's going on, and they're looking right at the camera going, oh my God, the market's crashing.
Right.
Speaking of which, so I had asked Ethan to come on because he has, I would call it a small account, I guess, to some people. It's all relative. Because he has a second income stream, a dedicated second income stream. I think if you're not dedicating it, it's going to be even more complicated, right? You got to separate the buckets. I mean, imagine, we were just talking about futures when you came on, trading Bitcoin on futures, and it's like to do that over here sure simplifies that over there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's
I mean, every account has its own like use and utility, like you said from the beginning, this isn't your 401k. This isn't your Roth IRA. Keep all that separate,
That's the part that hurts people.
Yeah.
They're seeing it as investing. And I had a guy, not a minute ago, but I just here a while back talked to, and he just kept comparing it to the, investing in the S&P 500.
Yeah.
And I go, I get what you're saying there. You're going to get your 9% a year.
Yeah.
That's not what the fuck this is. Like, get that out of your head. This is not what we're doing.
Right.
And I was showing him like, okay, $1 million in the S&P. What are your dividends on that? at 2%, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think they say you can pull out 4. So let's say you're pulling out 4. So you're pulling out, 40,000 a year, and that's just keeping you broke at even,
Yeah.
And so
compare that to the second income strategy
right,
at $1 million.
You were under 10, and what was your yearly dividends?
So my account has the NAV is $52.99, and my dividends for the year is $4,055.21.
That's buying the bottom,
and that's still with what I would consider quite a bit of margin left over, and a healthy available to withdraw as well.
Now, give me that number again. What was the yearly?
The yearly income?
Yeah, was it
$4,055.21?
Right. And so what I focus on the second is available to withdraw.
Yep.
The annual dividends.
Yep.
And then I break it down by monthly.
Yep.
And then I go weekly.
Yep.
And then I'll take the yearly and I'll divide it by 365.
Yep.
I even do week, I do it on the week. And so then I'll try to figure out how much is the reason I do that weird shit is I think that it lets your mind play inside the strategy, like fantasize or visualize it in different ways. And
absolutely.
Right. So if you're collecting 9,000 a month, let's say, and you divide that per day, even if we went down next day and down the next day, you're not going to get it daily, but you can, in your mind, you're like, okay, some of that's already being made back,
Right. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I was telling you before we came on, I'm going to try to get someone that has over 25, but under 50 to 100, and someone over 100. And it'd be cool if I get someone that has because I know a couple of people have millions.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. It surprises me to attack something that fast. That's fast, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And then you get some other people and they move so slow.
Right.
I have a guy that I met and he had some stocks and he, one way or the other, he was up, but it wasn't in love with the shit, but he was like 4 of them in a Schwab account. Mm-hmm. It's not a margin account. And I was like, you could ask them to convert that to margin. It wasn't a huge sum. It's like $7,000.
Right.
And he was saving every week to get the second income stream going. And I'm like, yeah, you could just, if that was 7 million, I probably wouldn't have said that,
Right.
But $7,000. There's a book out there. I'm going to send it to you. It's called Lifestyle Investing.
Okay.
Or Life Cycle. I've been listening to the audiobook.
Uh-huh.
They actually won financial Nobel Peace Prizes and shit or whatever they call that.
Uh-huh.
For their work on portfolio management.
Oh, really?
And they advocate that you run 0.25 to 0.50, so quarter or half, or up to 50% margin in your 20 to 30s, and maybe as much as into your 40s. Just looking over the history of the markets.
Yeah.
So you would buy, say, S&P and maybe, allocation to bonds, but on both of those, you fucking leverage it.
Okay.
Now that only works if in the pullback on stage ones, you buy more shares.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And any dividends you compound, and I've been running a real-time experiment with that on M1. And I added this year the QQY and the WDTE to that portfolio because the leveraged ones don't really pay the same dividend as the unleveraged,
Right.
Because most people are doing that just for appreciation.
Yeah.
So I thought, wow, if I'm getting 3x appreciation, that would offset erosion, right?
Absolutely.
So let's add the counterpart that pays a fat, juicy weekly dividend. And then instead of gold, which I do wish I'd have kept I wish I'd have kept 50% of the gold. But instead of gold, I was trying to modernize the portfolio, and I did Bitto.
Yeah.
To me, it's a powerhouse, man. Motherfucker is. So you figure.
I added Bitto to my Roth.
Right. Bitto, TMF is the bonds.
Yep. I'm in that one as well.
I'm making back some losses big time right now.
Oh, absolutely.
That's running 3x, and I've been adding on stage ones for like 3 years, 4 years.
Well, I was texting with you. Let's see. We got in, or we were texting the one day, and I got in TMF at, let's see, 38.40.
Nice.
So yeah, we've been caught a nice move on that, and there's obviously still room for it to run.
This is not investing. It's not trading. And yet we're using things that people might use in investing and things they might use in trading, like a brokerage account or a margin account. And we might actually invest in some various stocks and funds that a trader or an investor would do. But we're trying to look at it from a different perspective. What we're trying to do is to accumulate assets.
See,
much like
someone else is on the camera.
I want to buy something that I think will appreciate, produce cash flow, right? So the same concept is what we're trying to do here, except these assets are stock market related.
It says, number 1, leverage responsibly.
Right.
Number 2, maximize compounding. Number 3, mitigate. What's it say? Mitigate rises? I'll have to hear what I was saying. Stay flexible. Keep it sustainable.
Yeah.
And, one thing about a business, or even say you have you have a house that you're renting out to people, you're going to have to fix the roof. Man.
Yep.
You're going to have to put doors on. Like, you got to keep it sustainable. Otherwise, it has a shelf life. And I think the way with Yield Max and Defiance, especially, you're going to have to put some of the dividends back into those assets to offset erosion so that it keeps earning, so that the dividends aren't eroding as well,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I've seen some people say as much as half. That I don't know if it's that much. While you're growing it, fuck, man, I'm putting all back. I mean, it might not be the exact one. Like right now, if Bobo, I'm getting the Chinese one, I'm pushing that to something else if I get it,
Right, because Bobo's already been running.
Yeah. And another thing too, if someone's caught themselves and they're very leveraged, I mean, you can, just let your dividends hit, let them go to cash, man.
Yeah.
That cash is going to give you buying power.
I mean, but my thing is, did people want to put money in one time? Like, did they want to treat it as a one-time investment and that was it? Because like my thing was, I threw the $2,000 in so I could get it going.
Right.
And I was just like 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to push it and I still do. And I'm still going to.
No, there are a lot of people who did that. And I was talking to one guy and I'm like, bro, I'm pretty sure I've only been public with it like 3 months, right? 4 months.
Yeah.
Are you retired from it? Like you just started 2 months ago.
Right.
The guy I'm talking to, it's 60 fucking days, dude.
Yeah.
So your plan was a one-time deposit and then you're off to the beach. Like, yes, but you're going to have to be able to handle one stage 4 dipshit.
Right.
Like, so you got to take, so what you learn here, and I had a guy blow out, man. He quit. He sold everything. This yesterday.
Really?
Bro, yesterday. If you wanted to do that shit, the moment it went stage 4, you should have started selling.
Right. Right. Not after we've been stage 4 for what? A week?
Yeah. If you were going to puke it up, I'm not going to, so I didn't need to do that. But if you're going to, when they go you know,
You got to do it the right way.
yeah, you dump out then. That's the best time to sell. It literally says that in the book.
Right.
And because you're getting confirmation the three's not holding. And if your brain is like that and you're like, oh, no, it'd probably be better to sell in the strength on the three like we do day trade. And it's like, all right, dude, well, you're not even doing the same fucking strategy anymore. Like,
I mean,
now you're just trading. Just trade then.
Yeah.
Go trade. Like,
yeah. Well, and then I think you also, I mean, maybe people lacked the awareness, right? Like same thing with when I joined, like a lot of the funds were up there, you know? So I think, I mean, obviously you're eager to get it going, but I think in the back of your mind, it's like these funds are going to come down, you know? I mean, but it's not even these funds specific. Like we were talking, the Qs are down 13.5% off their February highs. SPY's down 10% off February highs, and the diamonds are down 9%. You know,
that's
so I mean, it's the entire market.
I was like, bro, so your big retirement plan was to do sort of my strategy, not really learning a lot, and then in the very first stage 4 decline to blow out.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
And I'm the scammer.
Yeah, no.
Other people are not blowing out. Like, I don't understand, and so, and then he wouldn't show me the portfolio. And I'm like, I got a feeling.
Wait, he wouldn't show you?
No, he's like,
oh yeah. You know why? Because there was all types of tomfoolery in the portfolio.
And I guarantee you, he didn't have most of it in the stage 1s or in the tier ones,
Man, he probably had Misty, Coney, the big dividend payers.
Right. Yeah.
And that's And that's like what I was like talking to my wife, and I told her, I said, it could be more. The income, like my income could be higher, but I'm trying to do this in a sustainable, you know what I mean? Like in a sustainable way, and part of that is doing exactly what you say and to build the portfolio out, 50, 30, 20, at least. So I don't know. And that's why I'm willing for it to take longer, for on the back end, when I retire from my job, at the first stage 4, it's like, okay, great. I can still feed the family,
Well,
but yeah,
pretend this number's big, let's say it's $1 million.
Yeah.
You're just adding zeros. And so if you can write it out with a 10 less and collect your income and okay, now we're 50 we're going to do the same. And at 100, do the same. And
right.
It allows you to stress test it. It allows you to work out any bugs. And if you got the leverage wrong, okay, you fucked up. All right, fix it. Now shut the fuck up and keep going.
Right.
Like right now, stop. Like, so I was trying to, tell the one guy, okay, close this, and this, and then shut the fuck up and let's put money in tomorrow. Let's go, man.
Right.
If you owned a Subway and you fuck up, you fucked up. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Say you order too much meat. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like,
right.
You lost this week. Boo fucking who?
Right. You're not going to close the doors.
Yeah. It's called business. You're in business. And so you're in the business of leveraged income. You got it. If you were a little off, wait, learn. If you got it perfect, cool. Could you have done it even better? Now here's another one. Maybe learn how to hedge. Go back and look. What happened last week? What could I have done? I could have bought puts on the SPY. I could have bought. Now, it wouldn't have saved us from everything because when Cornerstone came down at first, it had nothing to do with the market coming down.
Right.
So those puts wouldn't have helped there. But it would help when the stock market goes, I got to run. The stock market goes stage 4. You could put on some puts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can just sit and write it out and not panic.
Yeah.
Because every single market participant is going through the exact same thing. Everyone.
Right. And so it's like, bro, you got it. This is your practice time.
Right.
So that's why you don't want to run out and put $1 million, put 100 fucking grand in, ride your first stage 4, see what was up, add another 100. If you got money like that, right? I would ease that money. It would take me a year to put that in.
Right. That's what I told my wife. I said, our little money, boo-hoo. I said, there's somebody that's down $500 million or more. I guarantee it. You know what I mean? Who cares? So,
bro, we got a guy using it as a prince of Bahrain.
Yeah.
Not the prince. In the Middle East, there's a lot of princes.
Yeah.
He's one of them. And I didn't believe that at first, but and it's not a ton of money, $250,000 or something.
Yeah.
But that's kind of money he plays around with.
Yeah.
You know, they'll buy some shit, drop 200 grand. If it works, they come back and drop 200 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And just because you're a prince doesn't mean you're loaded.
Yeah.
You know, it could be your dad has a connection, you know, he's born into it and they have hotels or they do this and that, and you're a son in that. You got to fucking work, man, even if you're a prince, you know?
Right.
And, but yeah, people don't know this. They're really into Bitcoin and fucking trading. And I mean, you're sitting in the desert with money. Why not?
Well, I have a buddy, he owns a car audio and tent shop, works on exotic cars, and they're people from Saudi Arabia and the Middle East are a lot of their clients. And he told me the same thing. He was like, they throw money around when it comes to crypto.
Yeah.
He said they love it.
And they didn't tell me, you know, they didn't indulge me until I was talking for a minute. I may have talked different, I guess, if I knew I was talking to royalty, but
yeah,
probably not. I just be myself, tell them what's up, man. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, let's I didn't want to go too long on this. I'm sure people are going to want us to talk more, so we'll do another video and
okay.
We'll go into, like, you can show me some of the dividends you've gotten and shit.
All right, yeah, that works. Just let me know.
Tell me, and we'll show the charts, and we can show having a small account, how many shares that is and shit, that might encourage some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, bro. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no problem at all. I appreciate you, GP. Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye. Man, my hair's looking crazy. Hey, guys. Hey, let me know. We're going to bring on people, different levels. And hey, even if you got it wrong, let me know if you're willing to come on. Shit, I got some shit wrong. I'm going to share here in a little while. And it's nothing on the thing. I was being greedy. It's on my own fault. And that's business. So, hey, anything we can do for you, man, you let me know. Make sure you hit the link down below. Come join us, man. It's